Still can't get any comments. And one last check. Can anyone see me? Is it working? Blood flow. So T1 to T8, inflammation. Obesity. Obesity may be caused by things such as plastics, believe it or not. T1 to T8, brachial plexus, lumbocervical plexus, and for the obesity, the microbiome. Okay. So let's try this. Can you see me? Can you hear me? I think this will not work. So I will continue in anyway, hopefully primarily from Instagram. Okay, people on Facebook can see me. Yes and yes. Yes and yes and yes. I just fixed the Facebook side, but I didn't fix the website side. So everybody on the website, if you can hear me, I'm going to yell out my window. Hopefully you will come to the website, to Facebook. Okay, good. People on Facebook, we're doing good. People on my website. let's see. And ask people to go to Instagram. Let's continue on, because Instagram will have the recording. Obesity, CV4 as well. And grounding to liver 3 and kidney 1. Liver 3 and kidney 1. So let's go to the folks on Facebook, and we have plenty. Your daughter Alexandra, who had an allergic reaction today after eating a peach. Wow, wonder why a peach. So let's do it. Blood flow to the brain. Hello, Dorothy Mansfield Marshall. Macular degeneration, I highly recommend the advanced technology of sonaspace.com light therapy. Let's work on the immune system for Alexandra. Let's also work on macular degeneration, C3. Macular degeneration, C3. Gallbladder 19, visual cortex, ouch point for the eyes. And Esther, I have that as well. Ouch point for the eyes. There's nobody on Instagram. So we've covered everything from macular degeneration, CV4 for the allergic response from the peach, very unusual, and grounding to liver 3. Let's do a little bit more on the eyes, macular degeneration with both eyes, plus cataracts, so GV30. Don't forget the book, The Cataract Cure. And the eyes are also in the liver. T9 right side for Joanna. Sorry for the technical issues. We're doing good though. Let me get my next one. We'll work on insomnia, interesting newbie, your mother-in-law, and a cyst on her right kidneys. For cysts, always use castor oil packs. So let's work on neuropathy, brachial plexus for Esther. T1 to T8, inflammation, joint pain. So when you say bladder, let's work on that. S1 to S5 for Esther. And grounding to liver 3 and kidney 1, but CV4 also for the bladder for Esther. And let's go to the next request here on the page. So let's continue with the right kidney, so blood flow to the brain, brain command points, blood flow, nerve flow to the spine and then to the kidney, assists. Dad, short-term memory, let's work on free blood supplies. Today's a fun day. Yep, today is a challenging day for technology, but we will still work on everyone. Catherine McGlynn, yes and yes. So we worked on the allergies, macular degeneration. Tap for the medulla, Mr. Medulla. GV17. And for the eyes, as always, for Catherine, ouch point and C3 for the eyes, including for Faris. Anti-inflammation for the medulla and eye support for Catherine. Constipation. So we have as a famous senator once said, we have a plan for that, Joanna, for constipation especially. That's kind of our specialty. There is a very specific colon cleanse process that will eliminate constipation. You can ask me for more details on that. You may know about it already. But let's work on it from a Tong Ren perspective. It can be emotional for sure, but definitely you can cleanse the colon in a very specific, effective way. We have a colon cleanse process coming up in just a few weeks. You can join us for that for 3 weeks, for a 7-day process to totally eliminate constipation. It's good for everyone. It's a good baseline cleanse. So you don't have to have colonics, but it's a good baseline cleanse for everyone. No one on Instagram. Yeah, we can solve that one. That one is something we really do have a good handle on in terms of constipation, but I'm going to work on it right now. It's T11, T12, It's a process developed by Tesla in the 1800s and still works to this day. And grief, commiseration, yes, Catherine, your ex passed same day, May 22, I presume. There must be a big heavenly gate opening on that day for great people, huh? So let's work on the CV4 for the constipation as well for Joanna, for your mom. I don't know what's happening with Instagram. Instagram is definitely not working. I'm going to continue because I think it's making a recording. But if you're on Instagram, come on in. It says it's live. So you need to look alive. So let's continue on with the requests from online, from the website. So Sunny user, chronic pain, right shoulder, blood flow to the brain. Let's go right for the shoulder release point. GP13, right side for Mary for stress and fear. Stress and fear. And grounding to liver 3. And kidney 1. Okay. Next. Arthritis for interesting newbie. Arthritis, insomnia, right eye. If you can see the recording, these are the things that work. Simulation for eyes. And counterattack for the infection. I've just done it myself over the last 2 or 3 days. Bingo. So let's continue on with our weekly requests. Arthritis, insomnia, sty and right eye. Let's work right on the right eye right now. And we were working also on memory, blood flow, 3 parts. carotid artery, vertebral artery, and occipital artery. How do I nobody's showing up on Instagram? That's weird. Can anybody go to Instagram maybe as a test? If you ever do it, I'd appreciate it. Anasar Wellness on Instagram and say hi. I don't believe it's working. That's my belief. Because Mumashari, it's always there. So like I said, anybody that can't see me, command points to the brain, command points to the spine. And for Mary, chronic neck pain. Let's do some more chronic neck pain. Again, infection for the eye, T1 to T8. Brachial plexus, lumbosacral plexus. Again, the eyes. C3 for the eyes. Facial artery for the eyes. Trigeminal nerve for the eyes. GB7, 8, and 9. Okay, let's do grounding, liver 3, and kidney 1. Still no one on Instagram, not sure why. That is boom, boom chakalaka. My friends on Facebook still here? Working for grief, Catherine. TV17 for the lungs, and lung 1, lung 2 for the lungs, and T3 for the lungs as well. And of course, I'm tapping for my mom, who passed away just 2 weeks ago. The whole world has truly changed. Brachial plexus, lumbosacral plexus. Let's continue on. Let's see who's on Facebook. Annie Martin. My mom was 98, lived a long life. She was in my house for over 13 years, so we were fortunate enough to be with her every day. Total hearing renewal, clearing blockages from ears, sinus, eyes, whatever related. Breathing can help a lot of that stuff. It seems related to the nitric oxide in the sinuses. Alternative nose breathing and deep nasal breathing as well. But we will work for total hearing renewal. So let's work on blood flow to the brain and then the ears. Watching, what are you watching? I missed that. Ouch point for the ears, vestibulocarpal nerve for the ears. Let me know if you're doing better or worse. The colon cleanse is something that I have done, and it's starting in just a few weeks. And if you guys join the people on our weekly process, get a discount. We do a 7-day program. It's by community, by group. I send you the products, which are all herbal based, and then it's based upon a process developed by Tesla. So during the day, you take a good amount of hydration, all guided by me. I send you a day-by-day instructions. There's an online course to give you additional information. We meet by Zoom 4 days in a row to get everybody moving and going on the process. We give you feedback. We check in every day. And then you take a supplement specifically at night. Overnight, it floods the body with oxygen. It's so effective, it's used as a cancer therapy. And then in the morning, you start the colon cleanse, and the mucoid plaque of the colon is cleansed away. If you have more questions, there's 2 people here interested. We should have a good group this time of people to do the colon cleanse so that it's foundational. You clean the gut, and out with the toxins, in with the microbiome flora through a process of what we would actually do. It's not a dietary cleanse. It's not an enema at all. You take hydration, you do other things, and then what you do is at night, it's a gentle way, not enemas. It's a gentle, what's called ozonated magnesium oxide, developed by Tesla in 1895. And it literally releases oxygen. It's an ozone internal gentle process. And then that cleanses the entire digestive tract, melts mucoid plaque, and cleanses the colon from the inside. So that's what it is. Here's a link to it. To give you all the details, and you can contact me anytime for more details. We have good groups of people. We support each other. And then we'd be able to do that. Yep, let me just... So let's continue on. I don't want to miss the people on the weekly healing calls anyway. So blood flow to the brain. Something's going on with Instagram, unless I don't have... I've been using my phone all day. Blood flow to the brain. Brain command points. I think this is working, to be honest. No. Blood flow to the brain. And Haddad, Dorothy, we will tap for low energy. So when you have low energy, think iron, think copper. So I would recommend a copper supplement because that releases iron, which will help to release oxygen and all those things. And also try to think of the things that are interfering with your energy production. Low oxygen, low nutrients, injury, lack of exercise, lack of sleep, all those different things too. If you email me, Annie and Joanna, if the two of you are interested in joining, let me know. Email me. I can send you a discount code, and I can even give you more information other than that, just that website, about what it entails. 7 days is what we do. And let's see. T1 to T8 for interesting newbie for others. Sty on the right eye. C3 for the eye, T1 to T8 for infection. And let's go back to the studio. And let's make sure we get all the people in the weekly healing group. Arthritis, T1 to T8 insomnia, GB13 right side. And grounding to liver 3 and kidney 1. And let's check in with our Facebook folks. So here's the important question, Annie. The question is, when you tap for us, is it delivering biophotons into the points you're tapping for, or somehow encouraging resonance and activity of the biophotons in those areas that we already have? Good point. I think both. So number one, when we focus our mind, our intention generates biophotons. That's the science. So we can transmit biophotons in many ways. So that is one way we can do that. We can deliver biophotons and focus biophotons in a very specific place. So I think of it sometimes as our conscious mind as a radio with a frequency and data. So a lot of times the biophotons are sent or entangled, as Tom Tam says, entangled with biophotons in another place. In general, our intention generates biophotons. It sends biophotons or entrains biophotons to another person. So whenever we have more energy or more light in an area, it creates different effects, basically an increased life force energy in a very specific area. This is alkaline, this is oxygenating, and this is a very positive thing for the body to open a blockage. So your second part of the question, somehow encouraging resonance. Yes, encouraging resonance because we are involved in an entrainment process. So in brainwave entrainment is always part of this process where I am on a frequency of entrainment, and then therefore if you are in a frequency of chaos, we entrain those frequencies and they meet. And then we bring the frequencies of chaos into harmony. So we're giving energy and biophotonic power, and then we are giving harmonization through resonance. So those are the two areas that we're talking about. In a way, does it increase things in our body itself? It will add to our bodies itself. It will actually increase what is called the fourth phase of water by being light, which will increase the polarity of the internal battery, which is our water. Our water in our body is actually a complete battery, and the more we have infrared light or near infrared light, it increases that charging of that battery, the separation, the easy zone of water space in our bodies to create a higher charge and a higher efficiency of energy in our bodies. So let me know, if you have any further questions. I hope I answered that well. In terms of stagnation, yes, The goal is always to remove stagnation, always to increase flow, always to increase electrons, always to increase oxygen. Yes, absolutely. And what does the observer effect have to do with how this works? In many ways, I look at the observer effect maybe in a different way. The observer is constantly looking at something, but we are not a clean, empty slate. We have frequencies we are emitting. We have biophotons we are transmitting. Therefore, the intersection of our biophotons and the frequencies of our own bodies with another electromagnetic or bioelectrical or biophotonic entity, we are therefore intersecting and therefore changing what we observe. It's not necessarily the act of observation. It is the intersection of our electromagnetic fields and light fields with another electromagnetic light field. In many ways, even on a subtle level, such as biophotonic light is, it's a very, very subtle, weak energy force, as it's called, but it still has an impact on the body. And using our intention and focusing our intention with the hammer and the doll focuses our intention, which I believe makes it even stronger for what we need to do. And in the back of me, I have 2 biophoton canisters, as you can see. So on the left and on the right, these are actually biophoton generators themselves. I'm just making a note here. And we have a great comment. It sounds like love. Yes. Heart-to-heart communication is the essence of all healing. When we connect through a heart-to-heart connection, we have the superpower of compassion. This is the greatest amplifier we can do. We may use this through the power of particles and nature, as we call biophotons, but ultimately it is love, it is compassion, it is kindness. Those are the superpowers of the universe, of universal, the singularity of universal absolute truths, peace, love, compassion, and all of these things. This is how we work. When we do Tong Ren for other people, we open that gateway of the heart of compassion. Therefore, spreading and sending energy, we can call it biophotons, we can call it particles, we can call it universal truth, but in many ways, we are connecting through a heart-to-heart connection. The distance is immaterial, but that's how healing really works. Rachel, you're in. Let's do it. All right. So we have a couple more people from the website. Detox from mold, aluminum poisoning. Those are 2 things that we can really focus on. So blood flow to the brain. Command points for the brain. And Leonard, thank you for the update that you're still improving. So mold and detoxing, we do a colon cleanse and then we do a clay detox program. Colon cleanse is 7 days, the detox program to further go deeper on a cellular level of detoxification, that's 2 weeks. So 1 month colon cleanse, 2 weeks detox program. But thank you for your question and comments, Annie and Rachel. So Annie, let me know if that answer was sufficient for you. I hope that helped. So detox. T4 for the skin, T3 for the lymph. I highly recommend rebounding. So T3 for the lungs, for everyone that needs any work for the lungs. Lung 1, lung 2, also for the lungs, for Rachel or anyone else. T1 to T8, detoxification, T9 for the liver, microbiome, colon cleanse. You take aloe vera, you take bitters for the liver, you have foot pads, you have hydration with apple cider vinegar, you have probiotics, and you have colon cleanse, ozonated magnesium oxide developed by Nikola Tesla himself. And grounding, let's make sure we don't miss anything from the website, even though the website is actually at this moment not broadcasting. But aluminum poisoning, the antidote for aluminum poisoning is silica through supplements, or there are excellent liquid silica supplements that you can take, developed through French scientists that created the highest absorbable silica in the world. And that is on a website called Harmonic Healing, Health Harmonics, one of those two. And we can look it up. Just look up liquid silica health harmonic. You'll find it. That is for the aluminum poisoning. So C3 for sinuses, T3, lung 1, lung 2, T1 to T8, and grounding liver 3. Severe vertigo, GV17. And grounding to liver 3 and kidney 1. And let's work here. We'll finish up. Sorry for holding you guys up. A lot of technical problems. Happy to answer your question, Annie. It's one of the reasons I wrote the book, so I could answer those questions. Trying to do my homework, make sure I get good answers and good research. And it is very popular these days how this works. I hope I get the answer right. So one last round, blood flow to the brain. Endometrial, peritoneal cancer. So for all cancers, I recommend SEAC-T. Make a note. Endometrial L1, 2, and 3, and 4, endometrial peritoneal cancer, small airway disease. So when you think of that, that must reduce your oxygen. So the key would be to focus on breathing breathwork techniques that increase the efficiency per breath. That is the main goal. And C3, C4 for the gums, teeth, and T3 for the lymph, T1 to T8 for inflammation, and the tonsils also T3, 4, and 5. And the lymph tune-up. Let's finish with the lymph tune-up for everyone, including Lynn on the website. Yep, we're doing that right now. Gums, teeth, lymph. For Lynn, let's do the entire lymph tune-up. sky window, both sides. And let's add deep despair as well. Yep, GB13. In tongue connecting to your true self. For outgoing individual. So outgoing individual, can you hear me? But yes, let me, yes. Lymph tune-up, sky window lymph, axillary lymph, inguinal lymph. Grounding to liver 3 and kidney 1. Hip, cervical spine, hip to hip area, especially right side, and again C3, 4, and 5. Teeth, gums, tonsils, and T3 for the lymph, T7 for the spleen and the lymph, the largest lymphatic lymph node. Okay, looks like we did everything possible under these conditions. So in case you're not aware, I'm writing a book on quantum biology so I can understand it better. Give a basics of quantum biology, how it relates to healing, as well as how it relates to spirituality, interconnected as well. So one more request, Sarah Hannah Sternberg, constipation and gastroparesis. Yeah, you can look at the colon cleanse as well, which will solve the constipation problem. But let's work on it from a Tong Ren perspective. T1 to T8. Lumbosacral plexus for the constipation and gastroparesis. And the parasite, there are parasite remedies. There's a good one from globalhealing.com. Fungal bacteria infections, depending on where they are, coconut oil is very good for that. CV4, also for constipation for everyone, gastroparesis for everyone, T1 to T8 for the gastroparesis as well, and bacterial infections, any infection or itis. Very strange, nobody showed up on Instagram. But they will get the recording. Thank you everyone for joining through these challenging times. Let's do a little bit of Qigong. Take a deep breath. Okay. And let's do clearing, a type of frequency entrainment. You will all receive 426 hertz. Thank you for joining through these difficult technical problems. I can prevent them. I can fix it so next time this will not happen. Thank you very much and have a great day. Be well.